Hi guys, hi strangers on the internet. I am gonna keep this video short, but I wanted to share something special with you guys. I wanted to share a letter, a little bit of a backstory. This is a letter that kind of changed my life, and it still does. And some people might say don't put so much emphasis on a letter, but sometimes a stranger's kind words can really change your life. And this is one of them. So I want to share it with you guys because I I don't know. I hope it uplifts somebody. I hope it inspires somebody. And the goal today is to not cry in this video and to keep it short. So a little bit of a backstory. I received this letter in high school. I am now 20. And at that time, my family was going through it financially. And honestly, who's not going through it financially right now? Like right now, it's even worse, but it's gotten better, and I'm really grateful. But yeah, like you know, my family was really going through it, and in high school, I was really going through it. Um, I remember in sophomore year, I tried really hard to make friends. Like I tried. And then junior year, I just gave up. And then senior year, I was like, oops, solo, I'm out of here anyways. So I did make a friend, I think, the beginning of junior year. And that's like 11th grade. And that person, like, that friend that I'm still close with and hang out, didn't even go to the same school as me. I met her through her mom. But really, at some point, I gave up. I was like, I'm done. But I'm not gonna lie, I still liked my high school, as weird as it is to say. I played volleyball my sophomore year, and then I didn't make it to the team junior year and senior year, and I was really sad about that. But senior year, I joined debate, and I wrote this really awesome speech that I want to share. I want to make a video about. It's called The Garden of Hope, and it's the story of a refugee immigrant, and I think you guys will really like it. But yeah, I wasn't sad about it anymore because I found debate and I really loved it. So yeah, this person's letter, this person actually wrote a letter for me. It's a stranger. Again, I'm repeating myself, I'm so sorry. And they also gave me some money. And at that time, money was really tight and I really was going through it. But what really touched me was the letter and the kind words that they have said, that they wrote. And I keep finding this letter when I'm at my lowest. I found it again in my room like a few months ago. And I was cleaning out my room. I was moving to a different room in the house and I was cleaning it out. And I found this letter and I just remember sobbing my eyes out because I just needed to hear those words in that moment at that time, and I was going through a lot. I was doubting myself. I ended up in the psych unit at some point. I was in there for like a whole week. My mental health was just really bad, and it's been a really rough year. I got diagnosed with OCD. I got diagnosed with ADHD, and it makes sense. I mean, I'm getting tested for autism now. I don't know. It's just been a really rough year, and we live in some really dark times. So I really hope that this video finds the right people, because I think we need to give a lot of grace, extend grace, and people have changed. Like, people are not the same anymore. And even at this time, people were not great. People are not in general, but there are kind people in this world. This letter restored my hope in humanity. because I never thought that somebody would be so kind to give me some money that I really needed, but also take the time to write such kind words to help me get through a rough time over a brief interaction. So let me just read the letter. Howdy and hello. I have asked the principal of my high school to deliver this letter to you. I send it in the gift because it's my way to support you. Sorry. We had a brief and passing encounter before Thanksgiving, and you were delightfully polite and courteous. It was a pleasant change from the brash and often rude encounters I have with those of your generation. He didn't lie. Or she. I don't know who this person is. I watched you for just a moment, and your interactions with others were superb and kind. We need more people like you in the world. I thought at the time you may be and most likely are a stranger in a strange land. I too have had the same experience, though only for a short time, and it looked like that money was tight. So I'm gifting you some. Not a lot, but enough to ease the stress for a while. I do not know your name, nor do I want to. It's not how I want this to pan out, nor do I want you to know mine. It's part of the same plan. There are no strings attached, nor connections made, just a bolt of lighting from a blue sky to help you a little. My only request is sometime in the next 50 years, you reach out to someone who needs a helping hand. When you do, we will call it square. Study hard, be kind, read as much as you can, maybe consider the book Trout Fishing in America. Sincerely yours, Anonymous. So, yeah, that was the letter. You might be wondering, why'd you share this if, this person wants to stay anonymous? Well, they're gonna be anonymous. Hi, stranger. I doubt you will see this video. I doubt many people will see this video anyway. But if you do, for some miracle reason, if you're still alive, thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words. This letter keeps finding me in a time when I need it most. And I'm sorry I have not picked up the book yet, but I will. I promise. I'm planning on it, and I'm really excited. Ever since I got off social media, I suddenly have time to read, and I love listening to audiobooks because I do housekeeping for a living. I literally just clean all day, so I'm like, why not listen to audiobooks? It's great. So yeah, I'm going to find a way to listen to the audiobook. If I can't, I will go to a library or I will buy it, whatever I need to do. But I am really excited to read about it. To be straightforward and honest and direct, I haven't picked it up yet. Because again, I put this letter somewhere safe and then I keep finding it when I need it to hear it the most. Like, I think of it as like God's, kind words. It just feels like a gift that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeps sending me to really help me and to help me get through things. There's a saying in Islam that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, if you don't have anything good to say, then don't say anything. And I think nowadays, because of social media, we are so comfortable just saying anything and everything. And another reason why I got off TikTok, I haven't deleted Instagram, but I don't really use Instagram, and I'm only on there because of this one person. And once I figure all that out, I might just delete it. But honestly, I'm just not on there. Like, I don't know. It's just so dead that I just find it easier to stay off of it. But anyway, I don't want to go in too much into that. And even YouTube, I have to like delete it once in a while because I'm like, oh, I'm scrolling again. That's not good. But deleting like basically social media, like TikTok, like now I find it so easy to more be in the moment and to not feel the need to listen to something all the time. But as I was saying, I think because of social media, we're just so comfortable being mean and saying mean things to others and just doing like saying just bizarre things. Like people just have audacity, and I think many of us feel like a stranger in a strange land, you know. And I don't know when things are gonna get better in society in this world, but I do know that they're gonna get worse and worse before they do get better. But right now we live in some really dark times, and we need kindness. We need to extend kindness, and we need to extend grace. And I think that we have forgotten to do that. And I have seen some really horrible things from my own experiences, but also just from social media. How people piggyback on bad behavior, how we have normalized just being inconsiderate. And I'm no saint. I have made my mistakes that ended me in like that costed me some friendships. Like I've made my mistakes. I'm no saint person. And I've been told a lot that I should smile more and that I have a resting bitch face and that I have a really sad face. And people ask me if I'm okay. I have, again, I'm no saint. I try my best. But just the things that I like see nowadays is just so bizarre. And I really do think social media and these phones are like a big part of it. You know, people have changed. Like people have changed, and you know it, I know it. You know, people are glued to their phone. Even if you go outside and you try to socialize and meet new people and make connections, it's hard because people are just glued to their phone, or they seem to not want to talk. And it's really like pleasant to meet somebody who greets you, who smiles at you, even though it's like the most basic thing, like it's just mannerism. It's not really common anymore. You'd be surprised. But all of this to say, man, we are living in some really dark times, and we are going through a lot of loneliness. All of us, we are dealing with loneliness. And we are supposed to be more connected than ever, but we're not. And I hope, again, like this person said on the letter, that I can extend that kindness that they gave to me one day to somebody else who needs it desperately. Because I know what it's like to be in really bad times. You know, I know what it's like to be desperate and not know what you're going to do, whether it's financially, whether it's mentally, like to just have a to just be in a very dark place. And that's when we need people. Like you need friends, you need like relationships, you know. I feel like we have this attitude nowadays, like I don't need anybody. No, even the strongest person who survived the worst of the worst needs somebody. And I'm learning the hard way that it's okay to reach out, it's okay to ask for help, because I have a hard time. I have a hard time doing that, you know, just asking for help, just reaching out, being like, hey, I'm not okay. I really could use like a shoulder to cry to right now. And I also feel like low maintenance friendships and social media is just feeding into the loneliness epidemic. Like we're just so comfortable going months and months without checking in on people, calling like your loved ones, your friend, not even just your like your friends, you know. Like I just never thought that adulting would be this lonely. And that's why I make these YouTube videos, because I'm like, I know there's somebody out there who could benefit from this. Even if one person, two people, three people see this video. Um, so yeah, anyway, all of this to say, let me know if you've ever had a stranger's kind words or act of kindness change your life. a random act of kindness that changed your life or really helped you through a really dark time. And be kind to others, you know, reach out to your friends, check up on them. I 100% believe in the quote that says sometimes a person is one friend away from self-deletion. I really strongly do believe in that, because sometimes when I've been going through it by myself, and I receive a text from somebody, from a friend, being like, hey, how are you? Just, you know, reminds me that, like, there are people who care about me. There are people who care about you. You know, I think no matter what you've accomplished, no matter how powerful you are, no matter how rich you are, at the end of the day, what matters is how you were to people, how you treated people, your character, the kind words, if you took accountability, if you apologized. Those things are important because that shows your character, and that's all that matters, really, because you're going to be alone when you die and you come out into this world alone, but you don't have to spend your whole life alone, you know. And sometimes I'm not lonely when I'm alone. Sometimes I'm more lonely when I'm with other people, and I've learned to surround myself with people whose presence are so welcoming and so warm that that's all I need. You know, sometimes it's just somebody's presence. Like, you don't even need to talk to them. You don't even need to have a conversation. It's just their presence, like just them being there, their physical presence, that makes a difference. Smile more. It's sunnah. It's sunnah. Remember that you get rewarded if you're a Muslim. I'm talking to you if you're a Muslim. It's sunnah to smile. You get rewarded for it. Okay? Get rid of that resting bitch face. Okay? Trust me. It will push people away. Because I've had a lot of people tell me that they wanted to be friends with me, but my face said F off. And sometimes maybe to the right person, but I'm like, damn, I could have made some friends if I just, you know. Get off your phone. Get off your phone. Get off of it. Okay? Go touch grass. Go lay in the grass and feel the grass on your skin. Okay? Smile at people, greet people. And if it's raining outside, go play in the rain. I don't know. But get off your phone. You're missing out on your own life because you're so glued to this phone. Like, we are so glued to these phones, and we wonder why we're so lonely and why we don't interact with people and why we don't, I don't know, maybe because you're so glued to your phone. Like, how is somebody gonna talk to you? You know, or like the two headphones. Like, I try to put on only one headphone when I'm in public, because I'm like, what if somebody's trying to talk to me or somebody's trying to get my attention? Like, you gotta be aware of your surroundings. Okay, I don't want to get too much into this, but yes, you know, do something kind for somebody. Take care of your loved ones. Check up on your friends. Check up on them. Ask them how they're doing. You know, do something simple and kind. Tell them that you love them and that you miss them and that you care about them. You know, and if you don't have any friends, don't give up on making friends. I know we live in some really dark times right now, and people have changed, and the world is just ugly, but there are still kind people. I promise you there are still kind people. Whenever I read that letter, it still makes me cry. Why didn't I cry this time? Because I don't like to cry in front of people, and I'm not gonna cry on the internet, honestly. And I've been thinking about filming this video for a while. But yeah, extend your hands. Know your neighbors. You know, most people don't even know who their neighbors are. Like, that's so sad, honestly. No, that's so sad, because one thing I love about my neighbors, our neighbors, is we know each other. We say hi to each other, you know. So, yeah, be kind to people despite their differences. At the end of the day, what separates me and you is literally our beliefs, maybe our skin color, maybe our race. But at the end of the day, we're all human beings, you know. So, yeah. Be kind. And stranger, Thank you. Thank you so much for making my day and my life, and I will pass it forward. I promise.